James Harden scored 28 points in his playoff debut for the Clippers as LA defeated the Mavericks 109-97 Sunday.
I got to be impressed with the Clippers and what we saw. You don't have Kawhi Leonard. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are coming into the arena. Russell Westbrook off the bench. It was just 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting, but this brother was an energizer bunny that really sparked the Clippers.
I can score with the best of them. You know what I mean? Like, Liv still can score with the best of them. My role for this team is just, generating really good shots and making guys' jobs easier.
If Harden is Harden, they still got 2 superstars.
You know, you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into the Los Angeles Clippers at this point because this team, man, is looking extremely scary to start off the playoffs. I mean, whether you want to talk about this team without Kawhi Leonard being able to put up over 100 points and dominating the Mavericks all game long, or you want to talk about them still being able to play pretty good defense without their best defender on the court, this team, if they can continue to play like this, is going to give anybody they have to play against a run for their money. Now, of course, they still have to finish out the series against the Mavericks, but if I'm just going to be completely honest with you, I honestly just can't see why they wouldn't be able to pull off this series, especially with Kawhi Leonard coming back to play. But before we get into why I believe that, I've got to be honest with you about something. Lately, I've been making a ton of money using this sleeper fantasy app that has allowed me to 20 times or even 25 or 30 times my money in just 1 or 2 days. All you got to do is go through and pick out a few players. I usually just pick the best players that I think are going to score the most points, and that's worked out pretty well for me. Not to mention, throughout the entire playoffs, Sleeper is literally giving away free wins with things like LeBron James over just half a point, which is, like I said, a free win and is honestly free money. So all you have to do is go down and either use the first link in the description to sign up, or just when you sign up, use my code LOGIC, and whatever you decide to deposit, it'll get doubled by Sleeper. So if you put in 50, you'll get 100 back for completely free. So like I said, either go down and use the link or just use my code LOGIC and you'll be able to double your money. But now that that's out of the way, let's get right back on topic with the Los Angeles Clippers because I want to talk about what this team was able to do without their best player on the court. Coming into this game, I don't think anyone had the Clippers winning. I think pretty much everyone thought the Mavericks were going to win, especially with Kawhi Leonard being questionable heading into this game where he ultimately didn't end up playing, which made even more people think the Mavericks were going to win. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I still thought the Clippers were going to win the series, but I did think they were going to drop game 1. But man, did they come out and prove me completely wrong. I thought without Kawhi Leonard, they were going to struggle a little bit on defense because as we all know, Luka and Kyrie is one of the best duos in the entire NBA, but to be completely honest with you, with the way the Mavericks are built out, if you can slow those 2 guys down, you're probably going to win, and Ty Lue had a great game plan coming into this game to be able to do that. I know they both ended up scoring over 30 at the end of the game, but if we're being completely honest, the majority of those points came towards the end when the Clippers pretty much already had it in the bag. I mean, I'm talking about complete domination on the defensive side of the ball from start to finish. And man, if I'm just going to be completely honest with you, if the Clippers can continue to play at that level on the defensive side of the ball, they're probably not going to lose very many games considering how good their offense is. Speaking of the offense, though, we've got to talk about it because even without Kawhi Leonard, they were able to put up a solid number of points and they dominated the Mavericks here for pretty much the entirety of the game as well. The star of the show, in my opinion, was Zubac because even though the Mavericks brought in Daniel Gafford mid-season to try to give themselves a center that was competent, it didn't really matter in this game much at all because Zubac dominated him from start to finish. I mean, 20 and 15 is just a ridiculous stat line, and when watching this game, it was pretty easy to see that he's the one that set the tone, and in my opinion, he's the biggest reason for the Clippers winning. But even though he played good, he's not the only reason they won. He's just a big part of it because you've also got to give credit to the rest of this team, especially Paul George and James Harden. James Harden, as we all know, has gotten a lot of hate throughout the season for being inconsistent, but when this guy is on, he is on, and he's pretty unstoppable. We, of course, saw him lead the team in scoring with 28 points, shooting 8 for 17, while also putting up 8 assists, which really showed me that he was willing to step up without Kawhi Leonard being on the court. He led this offense, and if he's going to be able to shoot over 50% from the three-point line on a consistent basis, this team is going to win a ton of games because of it. Now, when it comes to Paul George, on the other hand, he wasn't as efficient as you would like to see, but Ty Lue did manage to use him on a lot of different plays, which allowed him to have some big-time scores and some big moments. I felt like right when the Mavs were starting to get back into the game, I feel like Paul George found a way to turn it on and really shut down any idea of a comeback. Now, even though those three guys were the main contributors on this team, we still can't forget about a guy like Terrance, man, who went 3 for 3 at the three-point line, which is huge in a game like this, and that guy in Russell Westbrook who came in and was a spark plug like he's been all season long. I mean, I honestly can't even believe I'm talking about the team as good as I am, considering they were missing their best player, Kawhi Leonard. So if everyone on the team can continue to play at this level when he comes back, this team has just as good of a chance as anyone to win it all. But of course, they have to win this series first against the Mavericks. That I think they're probably going to, but of course, that's just my opinion, so I'm still curious to know what you guys think in the comments below about what the Clippers are going to do going forward. So let me know down there all of your thoughts and concerns. And with that being said, I'll catch all of you guys in the next video.